As much as Jasmine Crockett wants you to think she never calls for violence, no sooner did she say that we found this little number. Here she is speaking out on some kind of podcast about how important it would be to just punch Ted Cruz. Just punch him. You just get to, quote, take him out, right? I mean, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Watch.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. You know, I think, and I love Colin. And I think towards the end, he started to punch a little harder. But, like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right? Like, there is no niceties with him. Like, at all. Like, you go clean off on him, right?
I almost don't have words. This is what we have degenerated into. And this is who the Democrats are holding up as their new star. This is the woman that they think can take over the Democrat Party if they don't have Stacey Abrams or AOC, who, by the way, Bernie Sanders apparently has no use for. I mean, are you kidding me? She goes after Ted Cruz. She's a member of Congress. I just think that somehow there's got to be some kind of penalty. Maybe they censure her for it. Maybe Pam Bondi arrests her because she's actually threatening a U.S. senator. Maybe she's arrested because she's actually threatening a form of domestic terrorism, if you would, vis-a-vis calling on people to get rid of Elon Musk by her birthday, which is just in a couple of days. I mean, this is bizarre behavior for a member of Congress. Not to mention, if you look on my YouTube channel, we did a whole thing about how she's a fraud because she's really not who she says she is. So even though she's talking like she's from the hood, blah, 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 turns out she went to a fancy schmancy private school and grew up in a really nice area and this, that, and the other. She's not quite who she says she is, but she's trying to use certain rhetoric to try and appeal to a group of people that she thinks she can somehow rile up. And this is not healthy. It reminds me back when, sort of Black Lives Matter took over in the summer of 2020. And some of the DEI initiatives that came out of that were a direct result of, okay, well, we have to appease people because they were lighting the streets on fire. Not just so to speak. I mean, this was actually happening. And yet everybody's like, oh, these are nonviolent protests. It's perfectly fine. How is it that Crockett can say things like this? But if anybody else says anything like this, you're going to be in a massive amount of trouble. Can you imagine if Ted Cruz said something like that? Or if Elon Musk said something like that about her? Really unbelievable. Quick shout out for Balance in Nature. I love my Balance in Nature. I get my fruits and veggies every single day. I know you can still hear a little teeny remnants of a cold, but it's my only cold this year, which I consider massively good because I usually wind up with about 5 of them. And I have a big family, 3 kids, and everybody's always sick. So this is because of them, because I actually finally have gotten my vitamin D. I've actually finally seen my vitamin D levels go higher, and it's a direct result of this. It's not, well, yes, I was away. I did get a little bit of sun, but not enough to justify what I saw this like a couple months ago when suddenly, after taking Balance in Nature for nearly a year, my vitamin D levels improved dramatically in the blood work that tells me such. So I was very, very happy to see that, and I credit these guys. You can get Balance in Nature yourself. You can get this for 35% off. Go to 1-800, go to the website, use code word Trish, or call them at 1-800-246-8751, 1-800-246-8751.